Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We are keeping it raw in my bedroom in Sri Lanka. I've got my washing hanging up there, my wet swim shorts. Went to the beach this morning. Sorry about that. I know you already dislike me, but I am creating a podcast. And so I thought I might as well put the video on YouTube as well, just in case people for some reason prefer watching instead of listening. So I wanted to start off a podcast because a lot of what I talk about and what I do requires longer form content, right? Because myself, I'm a mindset and habit coach, so I empower people to live with a more purposeful mindset and also integrate health habits into their life to live a healthier and more prosperous life. So it's quite deep, meaningful stuff, right? And the reason why I do this is because I have a very relatable story, which I think that a lot of people can relate to, which is why it's a relatable story. And so with this video, I'm simply just going to share my quick story about how I was like 90% of us in a normal corporate job while I had everything on paper, but I was maybe happy, but I wasn't fulfilled. And I think so many of us in life are feeling like that at this moment in time, okay? So again, I'm going to keep this pretty short, 6 or 7 minutes, but like I said, this is going to be very useful for you, and it's going to make you actually think about your life a bit more deeply, the direction it's going, what you're doing with it, how we can improve it, because we can always improve it. So I went to university, got a business degree, went into a tech sales career for 12 years. I was at 4 notable companies, the most notable and for the longest duration being a company called DocuSign. They specialize in electronic signatures and contract management. So I was there for over 8 years, and I was working in both our London EMEA region, and I also spent 3 years in San Francisco working out of the North America headquarters. So very cool, profound experience. I surrounded myself with super successful people. I was at one of the top tech companies for over 8 years, saw a massive growth from around 350 employees to about 8,000 in the 8 years. So just unbelievable experience. I learned so much. I joined there when I was 23 and left when I was around 31. So, really transformative years of my life, both professionally and personally. I was successful. I was hitting my financial year targets, my quarterly targets. I was earning a lot of money. I was presenting in multiple team meetings, even at 300, 400 person events. I was training up new hires. I was going to our Dublin office to train all the new hires to get them up to speed. I was being a mentor over the years to many, many new hires as well. So this all sounds great, right? Because I was doing everything that you're required to do to have a successful career. And then off the back of that, obviously with earning loads of money, I was able to buy a house in London. I had a nice car. I was able to buy a few watches. I love my watches, Rolexes, Omegas, all of those top brands. And I was flying business class everywhere. And so this isn't me like showing off or anything. This is me saying, I had a perfect life on paper, right? So why aren't you happy? And I think there's a difference between being happy and being fulfilled. I used to think it was my job that was making me unhappy, because I was like, well, maybe I don't want to be working for someone, or I don't want to be talking about tech every day, because what I'm really passionate about is making the most of my time on this planet, living life to the full, whatever that might mean, and also living a very healthy lifestyle. And so many of us in today's age just aren't healthy enough. So I was always really routined, loved my habits because I know the value of habits. I do a lot of research, I listen to podcasts, I watch YouTube videos, etc. And so I wanted to kind of give back and help people operate really instead of help companies operate. I wanted to work with people more so instead of companies. And so I thought that the job was making me miserable. However, it wasn't. It was myself and my mindset for playing life on safe mode. And what I mean by that is, I had a great bunch of friends, multiple friendship circles. I thought I was getting out of my comfort zone at work with presentations and that kind of stuff. But, I wasn't talking to different types of people, different age groups, different nationalities, going to different places, different cultures, and different careers, and just the way different people live life, right? I was kind of in this bubble. And so I was comfortable, I was comfortable in this bubble. And I think one of the most dangerous places to be in life is when everything's just okay. My job was just okay. It was providing me with a good salary. My relationships and friendships were just okay. My health was fine. I wasn't overweight, but I wasn't ripped or anything like that. And so everything was just okay, right? And what's that saying? If it's not broken, don't fix it. And I think that's where so many of us then fall into the unfulfillment category, because we kind of just accept life. We don't go out and create a life that is more aligned to us, is more aligned to our personal values, and essentially we just don't spend enough time doing what we want to do. Now, I know that life is obviously not perfect at all. We have to do multiple things that we don't want to do. And in actual fact, doing things that we don't want to do often lead to the best results and the most fulfillment, but we'll get into that another time. And so playing life on safe mode, taking the easy route, and also just being so consumed with everyday life. Everything's 100 miles an hour. We think productivity is more. We think success is more. And we're always just so focused on the end goals, right? And we don't take time to reflect and enjoy the journey and live in the present. So that is just my story. I think I get that into 6 or 7 minutes perfectly, like I said I would, because that's the guy I am. I'm true to my word. But hopefully that was relatable to you. Like I said, I think so many of us just go through life. We do the life to-do list just to tick it off, just for the sake of it. A job, a house, a car, friendship circles, relationship. And that's enough for some people. But the majority of us, we need a little bit more, right? We need a little bit more variety, a little bit more excitement, and just ways that we can make more of our days, do more within our days that we enjoy doing. So I hope that was a relatable story. And like I said, I'm going to be using this platform for my work, which is two main things: a purposeful mindset, which allows us to create more emotional resilience, which will increase our confidence. It will eliminate our limiting beliefs, self-doubt, fear, external noise and opinions and judgments, and essentially trying to create a bit more of a life that we truly are proud of. And second of all is the tool, right, which is health habits. So living a healthier lifestyle, how living healthily is not restrictive or boring. It's actually the complete opposite. It provides you with more energy, mental clarity, productivity, happiness, better mood, all of these kind of things which we know, right? But we just never really achieve them because we're not that consistent or patient enough with it. So I'm going to stop rambling now. I hope that was useful. Any questions, comments, please leave them below. Appreciate you watching.